Now, Patrick's reel. A reel, it's a dance. It's an Irish dance. It's got lots of energy. So that's something you can gradually build up. But when you start to learn it, you have to think about different speeds of bow for different lengths of notes. That's what this piece is testing you on. So we have 4 quavers and then it's followed by crotchets. The littlest notes get the shortest bow. And the best part of the bow for you to use is around the balance point. What's the balance point? It's literally, as it's titled, the point of the bow where it's as heavy on this side of my finger as it is heavy on that side of the finger. And that's where you get your springiest, best quality of sound. So that's the part of the bow you're going to use for your quavers. Okay, so there we go, on the balance point, and I don't use too much bow. So the crotchets will have a longer bow, shorter bows for quavers. So it's that kind of action. Now remember, I'm doing it under speed. For now, don't try to go too fast too soon, because you've got to get the coordination between your left hand and your bow change really matching up very, very neatly. And the best way to do that is to focus your thoughts on your left hand. So getting good connection with your fingers on the string. Remember, it's the weight of your arm that holds the fingers onto the string, holds the string onto the fingerboard. We never put our arm by our side, never, ever, ever. Okay, it doesn't work. It gives you a bend in your wrist, and if you keep looking at your fingers as well, look what's happened to your wrist. If you have to look at your fingers, put it back again before you start to play. Or you could use these things on the side of your head. They will tell you if it's sounding right. And then you think, something's a little bit out of tune. I'll move my arm. See if you can start to do that without having to look all the time. Okay, so Patrick's reel. We have 4 short notes and then longer bows for the crotchets. And then short bows again. Now notice when I put G, A, B, B natural, so the third finger's playing your B. Second finger goes down as a team. Don't be trying to play like that. It's a terrible thing. It pulls the weight of the hand off the string, and it'll never be a helpful thing for you as you're learning to play the cello. So they work as a team. Put 2 and 3 down together. So longer bows for the crotchets, shorter bows for the quavers. Now, did you see my arm changing height there? Let me show you. My arm is at the best height for a G string. If I want my fingers curved to reach the G string, I'm going to pivot on my thumb. I'm rocking on the thumb. The arm comes even further away from your side. Imagine you've got a prickly pineapple under your elbow or something. Lift that arm up. If you want your curved fingers to reach the C string, you have to lift your arm up. There's no other way to do it. You can reach if you play with straight fingers, but the sound and the tuning won't work as well. So keep those fingers nice and curved. And then we have, every time we change string, the arms will change height. Okay, so remember that. There should be, it's not massive, but it's a definite change as you change string. Otherwise you can't reach the string because your fingers stay in that lovely cello hand shape. So we've got this kind of thing going on, which I'm sure you're getting the idea of now. Shorter bows, longer bows. Look at the arm height. Oh, dropped. Lift. Now, this middle section is all about using different parts of the bow. So we have a long bow, because of course it's minims now. Shorter bows, minims. Oh look, we're at the end of the bow. We're at what we refer to, logically, as the point of the bow. And we stay in the top half of the bow. I'm still out there. Now I come back to the heel of the bow. This is the heel. actually start jumping notes. You jump fingers. So 4 to a 1, to a D, to a 3. Did you see that? So you can practice that bar particularly. That's the second last bar on your piece. But of course, that's not the end, because you have a sign, dal segno. Segno, sign. Go back to the sign, and then you go and play from there again up until fine, which is the Italian word for the end. So we go back to the beginning. Think about length of bow and speed of bow. Left arm height. Give it an oomph. Good accent there at the end. And that's done with a heavier, faster bow. On an up bow. Enjoy that one.